left kidney. See, this one is the right kidney. It's slightly lower than the left one. And morphologically, left kidney is longer, narrower, and lies nearer to the vertebral column as compared to the right kidney. So again, you can see the location of kidney from the upper border of T12 to the center of L3. Now the long axis and the transverse axis of the kidney. Long axis is directed downward and laterally, so that the upper pole of both kidney lies nearer to the midline as compared to the lower pole. So the long axis is directed downward and laterally. Transverse axis is directed laterally and backward. That means the lateral border, if you see, lies more posteriorly as compared to the medial border. So the long axis is directed downward and laterally, while the transverse axis is directed laterally and backward. Now the transpyloric plane. The hilum of both kidney lies at the level of transpyloric plane. This black color line shows you the transpyloric plane. As I told you, right kidney is slightly lower than the left kidney. That means the transpyloric plane passes through the upper part of or the upper level of the hilum of the right kidney and the lower part of hilum of the left kidney, because right kidney is lower as compared to the left kidney. Hilum of the both kidney lies at the level of transpyloric plane, but it passes through the upper part of hilum of right kidney and the lower part of hilum of left kidney. Size and shape of both kidney. Both kidneys are bean shaped. Average size is around 12 centimeter long, 6 centimeter wide, and 3 centimeter thickness. Left kidney is slightly longer and narrower than the right kidney. Weight is around 150 gram in male and 135 gram in female. Does kidney moves? Kidney are movable organ or not? किसी को पता है इसके बारे में? मूवमेंट ऑफ द किडनी. किडनी की मूवमेंट होती है या नहीं होती है? स्प्लीन की मूवमेंट होती है? स्प्लीन क्यों? वाई? कैसे होती है? Yes, so spleen is the subdiaphragmatic organ. So it's slightly moved during the movement of the diaphragm during the respiration. Just like that, kidneys are also movable. Slight movement takes place during the respiration. Okay, because kidney are also subdiaphragmatic organ. Lies just beneath the diaphragm. This here you can see this is the dome of diaphragm, and kidneys can move during the respiration. So kidneys are movable organ. Now the external features of the kidney. So relations of both kidney can be asked as a short note, interior as well as posterior relations. So it has two poles, upper pole or the upper end and the lower pole or the lower end. Upper pole is rounded, more rounded as compared to the lower pole. And as I told you, long axis is directed downward and laterally. That means upper pole is nearer to the vertebral column. So the distance from the midline is around 2.5 centimeter. And the lower pole lies 7.5 centimeter away from the midline, because the long axis is oblique, directed downward and laterally. Now it has two borders. Lateral border is convex outside, as here you can see. Medial border is convex in the upper part and in the lower part, but it is concave in the middle part. So this concave middle part of the medial border is called the hilum of the kidney, through which various structures will enter into the kidney or certain structure exit from the kidney. For the site determination of the kidney, you have to remember the structural arrangements at the hilum of the kidney. So from the before backward, these are in the form of renal vein, artery, and renal pelvis. Pelvis is nothing but the upper dilated part of the ureter. So most posteriorly there is renal pelvis, most anteriorly renal vein. So for site determination, you have to remember the arrangement of structure at the hilum of the kidney. Before backward, these are the renal vein, then artery, and most posteriorly renal pelvis. So V for vein, A for artery, and P for renal pelvis. Surfaces, there are two surfaces, anterior surface, which is seen here, and posterior surface. Anterior surface is convex and rough and is covered by the peritoneum. Posterior surface is flat and it is totally non-peritoneal, and that's why kidney are retroperitoneal organ. Now the anterior relations of both kidney. See, this is the schematic diagram. It is given in your textbook. Let us see the anterior relations of right and left kidney. First of all, the upper pole. See, the upper pole of both kidney is covered by the suprarenal glands. Right? Now let us see the relations on the right side. See, this one is the hilum of kidney, which gives passage of the blood vessels and renal pelvis. Now the anterior surface nearer to the medial border is related with the second part of duodenum. Rest of the anterior surface is divided into two parts. Upper 2/3 portion is related with the liver, right lobe of liver. Lower 1/3 portion is related with the hepatic flexure of the colon and the ascending colon. And the portion near the lower pole is related with the coils of jejunum. See, whenever you draw this diagram in your exam, you have to remember the particular portion of the kidney related with the particular part. राइट ऐसा नहीं है कि लीवर का कैसे भी बना दिया इम्प्रेशन और डियोडिनम का भी कैसे भी बना दिया. You have to remember the area covered by the each part. As for example, duodenum. So the duodenum is related with the anterior surface nearer to the medial border. Only this much portion is covered by the duodenum, right? Then the upper 2/3 part of the anterior surface is related with the liver, right lobe of liver. Lower 1/3 portion is related with the hepatic flexure and the ascending colon. And near the lower pole is related with the coils of jejunum. Now on the left side, upper pole, as I told you, it is covered by the adrenal gland or the suprarenal gland. Then the lateral border is divided into two portions. Upper one-third portion is covered by the spleen, and lower two-third portion is related with the splenic flexure and the descending colon. Now the area of the anterior surface of left kidney against medial border or the hilum, that is related with the pancreas and the splenic vein, splenic artery. Now the triangular area, which is bounded by the adrenal gland, pancreas and spleen. This triangular area is related with the stomach, renal impression of the stomach. Rest of the anterior surface in the lower part is related with the coils of jejunum or the small intestine. So the upper one-third portion of the lateral border is related with the spleen. Lower two-third portion is related with the colon. Area against hilum of the spleen, hilum of the kidney is related with the pancreas and splenic vessels. Triangular area is related with the stomach, and the lower portion is related with the coils of jejunum. See how the arrangement of the structures and is related with the anterior surface of the kidney. Here you can see the arrangement of the duodenum, first part and second part. Within the concavity of the duodenum, you will find the head of the pancreas. Then this is the body of pancreas. At the upper border of body of pancreas, there lies splenic vessels or splenic artery. And this is the colon, ascending colon, hepatic flexure, descending colon and splenic flexure. So on the right side, upper pole is covered by the suprarenal gland. Then the second part of duodenum, ascending colon and right colic flexure. Area related with the right lobe of liver, and here there lies coils of jejunum. Just like that on the left side, there is impression of the spleen, pancreas with splenic vessels, descending colon and left colic flexure. Area related with the small intestine and stomach. So on the right side, two areas are covered with the peritoneum of greater sac. These are the hepatic area and area for the small intestine, that is jejunal area. On the left side, there are three peritoneal areas. Area covered by the stomach, spleen and jejunum. On the left side, the anterior surface is related with the three glands. Which are these three glands? These are in the form of suprarenal gland, pancreas and spleen. And also on the left side, it is related with the three parts of GIT. Like stomach from the foregut, jejunum from the midgut and colon from the hindgut. So these are the anterior relations of the both kidney. Now the posterior relations of both kidney. So these are the posterior view or the posterior surface of right and left kidney. The right kidney is slightly lower than the left kidney. So on the right side, it is related with the only 12th rib. And on the left side, it is related with the 11th and 12th both. An area which is covered by the ribs are related with the diaphragm. So here you can see the ribs on the right side 12th rib, on the left side 11th and 12th rib, and it is related with the diaphragm in the form of medial and lateral arcuate ligament. Now area below the diaphragm is related with the three muscles. You can see the three different color. From medial to lateral, these are the psoas major muscle, medial most. Then the area for quadratus lumborum and transversus abdominis. So the posterior surface below the diaphragmatic area is related with the three muscles from medial to lateral. These are the area for psoas major muscle, quadratus lumborum, and transversus abdominis. Now the posterior surface is related with the three important nerves. Above downward, these are the subcostal vessels and nerves, then iliohypogastric nerve and ilioinguinal nerve. See the emerging point of the three nerves. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप कहीं पे भी ड्रॉ कर दो above downward. See, as I told you, the diaphragmatic area is in the form of two arcuate ligament, medial and lateral arcuate ligament. This curved line shows you the lateral arcuate ligament. So just beneath the lateral arcuate ligament, there is an emergent point of the subcostal vessels and nerves. तो आप कहाँ पे ड्रॉ करोगे subcostal vessels and nerves? Just beneath the lateral arcuate ligament. Then nearer to the hilum, from the medial border of the quadratus lumborum, there is emerging point of the iliohypogastric nerve. And then in between the psoas major muscle and quadratus lumborum, there is emerging point of the ilioinguinal nerve. So the posterior surface above downward is related with the three nerve, subcostal vessels and nerve, iliohypogastric nerve and ilioinguinal nerve. So the posterior surface is related with the three muscle from medial to lateral, psoas major, quadratus lumborum and transversus abdominis, and above downward three nerves. Now this picture shows you the relations of the kidney with the rib as well as pleural cavity. See this pink colored outline shows you the outline of the pleural cavity.